Hey there, and welcome to a brand new explainer. Today we are going to boost our English reading superpowers by uncovering some of the coolest, best-kept secrets in nature. You know, being able to read and truly understand English is kind of like having a master key. It literally unlocks the mysteries of the world around us. So in this explainer, we're going to practice our reading comprehension, learn some fantastic new vocabulary words, and figure out exactly how scientists read the hidden history of the forest. Let's get into it.
Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll start by cracking the mystery of trees, then unlock some new vocabulary, see how trees actually grow, check out some amazing real-life examples, do a rapid-fire practice quiz, and wrap it all up with a lesson summary.
All right, part 1, the mystery of trees, decoding nature's history book.
Okay, let's dive right into this fascinating idea. Just like detectives read clues to solve the case, scientists can actually read the inside of a tree. Our text tells us that every single tree has a diary hidden right inside its trunk. When a tree trunk is cut straight across, you see these amazing rings. And here's the beautiful part. Each single ring represents one whole year of that tree's life. By reading this natural diary, we can learn exactly how old a tree is and even what the weather was like while it was growing. How cool is that?
Moving on to Section 2, Unlocking New Vocabulary, Tools for Our Investigation.
Whenever you're tackling a new English text, finding and understanding the tricky words is absolutely crucial. It's step 1. Our first vocabulary word today is concentric. Concentric basically means circles or rings that all share the exact same center point. Think of a target, or maybe a dartboard bullseye. That is exactly what concentric rings inside a tree trunk look like, growing outward from the very middle.
Our next big word is heartwood. So, as a tree grows and gets older, those earliest, innermost concentric rings we just talked about get pressed really tightly together. Over the years, they are squeezed so much that the cells actually die. But instead of just rotting away, they turn into this incredibly solid, tough center. That rock-solid center is called the heartwood. It is literally the strongest part of the entire trunk.
Section 3, How do trees grow? Let's take a look at the spring cycle.
Let's step through exactly how a tree grows every single spring, just like it's described in our reading passage. It's a really neat 3-step process. First, the cells inside the trunk divide. One cell splits into 2. Simple enough, right? Second, the new cells that form towards the inside of the tree become what we call wood cells. And third, the cells that form towards the outside, right near the protective bark, become bast cells.
Now pay close attention here because this highlights a super common mistake students make in English reading comprehension. It's all about pronouns. Look at this sentence straight from our text. These now form a new ring of wood. A big question you'll see on tests is, what does the word these point to? Well, because we just read that wood cells form towards the inside, these clearly refers back to the newly formed wood cells, not the bast cells. So always track your pronouns when you read. It's a total game changer.
Let's hit Section 4, Amazing Real-Life Trees, Ancient Giants, and Useful Plants. 4,500 plus. That is a massive number. This is actually the age in years of some of the oldest living things on Earth, mentioned in our reading. We're talking about the bristlecone pines. These ancient, rugged giants are found in the super harsh environments of California and Arizona in the United States. Just imagine the amount of history recorded in their concentric rings.
Next up in our text, we read about the handsome tamarind tree, and this brilliantly shows how we can use descriptive English adjectives to really paint a picture in our minds. The text describes it as an evergreen with rough black bark that has long cracks. It's got graceful and airy leaves and pale yellow flowers with red veins. Notice how those specific, colorful words help you visualize exactly what this tree looks like. It makes reading so much more fun.
But hey, the tamarind isn't just nice to look at. Our reading text shows us just how incredibly useful it is. Its sour fruit pulp is used for delicious curries, chutneys, and get this, even to polish brass. The seeds can be ground into flour, the tough wood is carved into farming tools, the leaves create a yellow dye for silk, and almost all of its parts are used for healthy medical tonics. It's a perfect example of how just one plant can provide so much for an entire community.
All right, Section 5, time for a quick practice quiz. Let's test your English comprehension. Here is your first rapid-fire question. Based on the text we just explored, how are scientists able to decide the age of a tree? Think back to our vocabulary words at the very beginning of the explainer. How do scientists act like detectives here?
If you said that scientists count the concentric rings found inside the trunk, you hit the nail right on the head.
Because one ring equals exactly 1 year of growth, just counting them gives us the exact age. Great job!
Let's try one more to test your memory on the specific examples we read about. According to our text, which is considered one of the oldest living trees in Nepal?
Excellent work. While scientific dating is still ongoing to find the absolute oldest one, the text specifically mentions the pipal tree, also known as Ficus religiosa, like the famous ancient one in Banu Tanahu. Actually, many of these beautiful religious pipal and banyan trees throughout Nepal are believed to be hundreds of years old.
Finally, Section 6, Lesson Summary and Review. What exactly did we decode today?
So our reading passage actually ends with a call to action. It gives us simple, clear instructions on how to keep trees healthy and strong right in our own communities. We can help by watering them during really dry seasons, protecting their bark from being peeled or damaged, avoiding cutting down young trees, and of course, planting more trees in our neighborhoods. You see, understanding these steps in English helps us take real-world action.
I want to leave you with this final, thought-provoking question from our lesson. Would our lives be the same if all trees lived for less than 100 years? I mean, really think about it. Think about the loss of giant forests, animal homes, and the oxygen we breathe. The answers to huge environmental questions like this all start with education. So keep practicing your English reading every single day, keep expanding that vocabulary, and use your amazing communication skills to answer the big questions of our world. You did a fantastic job today. Keep learning and stay curious.